Hi, how are you today? It's everybody fine? In this class we will learn regarding multimedia. I believe this is not the first time you heard the word multimedia, isn't it? So, in this class we will learn more about the multimedia. Please pay attention to this lecture. Shall we start? Let's go. This is the topic overview. In this topic we will cover definition of the multimedia, type of the multimedia, multimedia delivery method, why we need multimedia and several example of the multimedia applications. Next. Before we go further, let's take a look to the objective of this topic that you must achieve at the end of the lecture. After you finish listen to this lecture. First, you must be able to define the multimedia basic term and concept that relate to the multimedia technology. Second, you must be able to identify the reliable medium and method used to deliver the multimedia product. Third, you must be able to identify or recognize the multimedia usage in our daily life. Okay, please watch this conversation. What is definition of multimedia? Multimedia is a combination of text, image, sound, animation and video. Multimedia is presented in a digital form. Multimedia project development requires creativity, technical, organizational and business skills. The important keywords for the multimedia definition is a combination of text, image, sound, animation and video. Interactive multimedia is a multimedia product that lets user to control the elements contained in the multimedia project or in the multimedia presentation. Interactive multimedia can be called as a hypermedia when the multimedia project developer provide a structure of the linked elements for navigation. In other words, the multimedia presentation has provide the structure or skeleton of the presentation where the user be able to select the specific topic to watch or listen. The fast example that I can give to you is like a DVD's menu. And the final information from this conversation is, the multimedia project is developed by the multimedia developer. Basically there is two type of multimedia presentation. First, is a linear multimedia which is the presentation is not interactive where the user unable to control the presentation or the user is allowed with a very limited control to the presentation. Second, is a nonlinear multimedia also known as interactive multimedia. Interactive multimedia presentation allow user to control the presentation. In simple words, user is able to interact with the presentation. For the linear multimedia presentation, typically the user just watch the presentation like you did now. Normally the presentation will play from the start until the end or even there is a loop. The presentation will continually present until it will stop by its own. It is like you watch a movie in the cinema. Another type is nonlinear multimedia presentation. This type of presentation, user is able to control the presentation. User be able to explore and retrieve the information from the presentation by his own. However, user may lost some of information during exploration. This type of multimedia presentation is useful for information archive, website and video game. After we learn the basic information about multimedia, now we will discuss on how we can deliver the multimedia product. This presentation tell us there are several methods to deliver the multimedia product. First, we can use CD or DVD. Second, we can use online or smart devices file transfer. Choose CD to deliver the multimedia product is cost effective, because the price for a piece of CD is very cheap. CD is able to store the multimedia project or multimedia presentation up to 80 minutes full screen video with sound or 700 megabytes. Instead of using CD to deliver the multimedia project, DVD or Blu-ray disc offered more storage capacity compared to CD. Capacity of the DVD is 18 GB. While Blu-ray discs start from 25 GB up to 100 GB. However, the disadvantage using the CD, DVD or Blu-ray disc is you need an extra device we called a CD or DVD burner. The purpose is to burn the data into the CD, DVD or Blu-ray disc. Therefore, to overcome the weakness of using CD, DVD or Blu-ray disc, we are able to deliver our multimedia product via the online or smart device file transfer. If you choose to deliver the multimedia product using online, there are 3 things that you must concern before deliver the product. First, is security to the product such as put a password. Second, the server-side configuration such as you use a cloud storage, you must do a little configuration like share the link to your user or etc. Third, is access, means you must allow your user to access to the file. The other method to deliver the multimedia product is using an app store. Most of the well-known established multimedia product can be found in the App Store. The App Store can be accessed depending on the operating system deployed in your smart device, as you can refer to the table as shown in the slide. So, why we need a multimedia? The answer to this question is listed in the slide, and you can read it by yourself. This is a fact and figure information. So, you just need to memorize at least 4 or 5 reasons why we need a multimedia. But if you need further explanation for each reason, please throw your question at the end of this lecture. Okay, let's take a short break for commercial. Next, is multimedia usage. Multimedia can be found at our home especially if we use a smart TV, Android box or smart TV box like Astro decoder. On the other hand, we can find multimedia at public places like shopping mall, for example information kiosk or parking fees kiosk. Then, we can find multimedia usage in business. Recently, most of business run their promotion or advertisement use a multimedia presentation format. Furthermore, they also use a multimedia presentation to perform the meeting presentation or etc. Finally, we can find a multimedia usage in school. The most popular justification to apply a multimedia in school is to attract the student interest, especially to the preschool students. This slide shows the application of the multimedia. From the numbers application listed here, you must be able to memorize at least 4 to 7 example of multimedia applications. Just in case there is a question in your quiz or test, then you'll be able to answer the question. The final subtopic is virtual reality. Virtual reality, also called as VR, is an extension of multimedia. In order to develop or execute the VR, we need a very high-performance computer. However, the multimedia element contains in VR still same as stated in the definition of the multimedia. It is a different experience when you use VR compared to reality. The feeling using VR is like you be in a different dimension of the world. In VR, the cyberspace is made up by using more than 1,000 of the geometric objects that been plotted in a 3-dimension space. The standards for transmitting VR in virtual reality modeling language documents have been developed on the World Wide Web. In short, VR will give you a different experience. Now, we arrive at the final slide. Means, we already finished the first chapter. As a summary, multimedia is a combination of text, graphic, sound, animation, and video. Thus, you just need to memorize the keywords, and later you can create your own sentence to answer the question. There are 2 types of multimedia projects: linear or nonlinear. Multimedia projects are often stored on CD-ROM or DVDs. They can also be hosted on the online such as cloud storage, app store or website. Multimedia is widely used in business, schools, public places, and at home. And finally, virtual reality is an extension of multimedia. That's all for Chapter 1 discussion. If you have any question, please ask me. Thank you.